I'm Kevin Shaw. You're watching Watercraft Journal.
Sea-Doo first jumped into the fishing scene in 2019 with what was then just the Sea-Doo Fish Pro. Since expanding the Fish Pro family into 3 models, the GTI-based Scout, the mid-range Fish Pro Sport, and the top-tier Fish Pro Trophy, the brand has experienced incredible growth in this global market. Interestingly, Sea-Doo noted that since its introduction, the top-of-the-line Trophy has constituted an incredible 70% of all Fish Pro sales, dwarfing the entry and mid-range offerings 2-to-1. This alone gave Sea-Doo the green light to push the Fish Pro even further, by marrying 2 of the brand's most over-the-top machines into one, namely the Explorer Pro and the Fish Pro Trophy, making the all-new 2025 Sea-Doo Fish Pro Apex 300. Yes, they're bringing the Apex moniker back, but this time not as an RX-PX like before, but on the new Fish Pro 300 Apex. The new Apex, of course, starts off with the now 7-year-old full-size ST3 platform. Interestingly, when we asked Sea-Doo about the idea behind the Apex, they replied they simply were responding to all the various demands that they were getting from the lakeside and river fishermen. The demand, it seems, was for an everything but the kitchen sink approach to the premier level fishing watercraft. From the Explorer Pro, the Apex receives the element deflecting windscreen. This rides on a unique perch that sits on a shock absorber. This allows the windscreen some give if the rider accidentally falls forward of the handlebars. It also can be folded forward on a hinge, snapping in and out of place with just a little force. The windscreen also includes a small flap vent to allow the slightest bit of breeze through. Like our critique of the Explorer Pro, from which the Apex gets this item, the windscreen tends to distort one's visibility, particularly while wearing polarized sunglasses, making reading the water surface doubly difficult. Equally, the Apex receives the powder-coated bow rail, ideal for tying up to a dock or tethering to a nearby fixture to stay in place. Next, the Apex receives everything that made the Trophy unique. This means you're getting the high bolstered seat, you're getting the angled footrest sitting at the top of the gunwales, you're getting the extended deck, what Sea-Doo calls its fish platform, and you're getting the 13.5 gallon cooler. And of course, you're also getting a Garmin GPS. Yet, unlike the Trophy before it, the Apex is the only Sea-Doo to get the massive 9-inch Garmin fish finder with a full-color touchscreen monitor. With the introduction of the Trophy model back in 2021, customers were entreated with a new swivel seat that mounted into the back platform. This same swivel seat is also found on the new Apex, including a dedicated backrest.
There's something that a lot of people don't know about it, and that is that you can't go fast with the seat installed. In fact, there's a little electronic trigger that deactivates the ECU and lets it know, hey, listen, we've got someone up on the swivel seat. And so you can only go in trolling mode. It's a really smart safety feature that shows a little bit of ingenuity on behalf of Sea-Doo. The swivel seat, of course, is very unique to the Trophy and Apex, as it does have these attachment points for a backrest that sits in nice in a nice rigid base, and of course has the modified base that will accept this swivel.
Equally, the 2021 Trophy introduced us to the live well tank pump system that also acts as a deck washer. This quick release hose feature is also found on the Apex and has its own dedicated toggle switch found below the throttle trigger. The toggle can be set for on to continuously run, timer, which activates the pump to circulate on a delay, and of course off. Additionally, they stepped it up with the new angle-mounted rod holders for the front, and also included on the Trophy a new gunwale mounted anchor. The anchor, of course, is tethered off of its own dedicated cleat and has a mesh bag so that the rope can air dry while stowed. And it's a nice high quality fully collapsible anchor too.
And of course, because you can't get enough rod holders, the Apex gives you 7 of these. Obviously, we've got a whole bunch all the way around the tank, but you can also attach these pretty easily right up here in front. They do give you a cup holder. I will caution that the cup holder does not float. We learned that the hard way this morning. That's our second one today. Just when we think we're done listing all of the features, we remember a few more. The Apex does include Sea-Doo's first drop-in cleats are here on the back. You can see how easy they are. They are sprung-loaded so that they will retract on their own. And Sea-Doo threw everything they got at the new steering system. Not only do you get the collapsible, adjustable steering that does allow for 3.5 extra inches of adjustment. It's really nice if you're sitting further back on the seat. You can actually reach those bars without leaning forward. Also, they did add the new aluminum neck and the hydraulic dampened steering neck. This does soak up a lot of the wandering that the ST3 hull likes to do, particularly in rough water. This gives a very insulated, very padded feeling to your steering, and your steering input does get a little bit tighter, a little bit more responsive the tighter you adjust it. There's 3 settings to the damper, and you can have it loose. It's not necessarily stock or undampened, but the loosest setting does have a little bit more of a playfulness to it, and you can adjust it all the way to really tight, almost like you're fighting it. Some people do like it that tight. I'm somewhere in the middle personally, but again, you're gonna find what adjustment you like best for you. But of course, I'm leaving out the best part, and that is that the Apex is Sea-Doo's first supercharged Fish Pro. Now, while 300 horsepower and 68.5 miles per hour is a lot of fun, it does tend to be a little thirsty. We found that our average speed was drinking about 4 to 4.25 gallons per hour. That may obviously vary depending upon your altitude, how heavy you are, and of course how fast you choose to go at your cruising speed. That will affect how long your 18.5 gallon fuel tank will last throughout the day. So again, your trigger finger is going to be the most important factor when it comes to your fuel usage.
But let's be honest, if you're gonna fork over the dough for a 300 horsepower supercharged power plant, fuel consumption is not exactly your highest priority, right? And if it is, you bought the wrong machine, bucko. Now, the Fish Pro Apex does mark a lot of firsts for Sea-Doo, and that's a good thing. Well, maybe except for one, and that is the price tag. The Sea-Doo Fish Pro Apex 300 comes in at $24,500. Making it the most expensive Sea-Doo to date. Of course, you're getting a lot for your money, especially if you're going to try to equip a Fish Pro Trophy, a Fish Pro Sport, or even a GTX 300 with all the gear that Sea-Doo gives you standard on the Apex. Another first comes in the way of total weight. Sea-Doo lists all of the vehicle's weight as dry weight, meaning without a battery, oil, coolant, and especially gasoline. Officially, the Apex comes in at 978 pounds, but when factoring for the aforementioned battery and chemicals, the Apex is pushing well over 1,100 pounds. Certainly a first for Sea-Doo.
The Apex is rated up to 600 pounds of cargo capacity. That could be you and a passenger, and then all of the equipment that you bring, or just you and all the equipment you choose to bring. Again, Link allows you to bring a whole lot of equipment. Again, we have the extended Fish Pro deck, and we also have a second set of Link attachments here and back. So you can bring extra gas or a smaller cooler if you want to bring your food, or if you want to bring a big cargo bag for a change of clothes, some warmer clothes, a towel, whatever you might need. And because it is an Apex, that means it's a 1-year model. It's very likely that we'll see equipment available on the Trophy for 2016 but maybe not a 300 horsepower model. It might just be the 230. They were hinting that this unit will be very unique for this model year only. So if it does hit all the marks for you, this might be the year to jump on, because if you snooze, you very well may lose in 2026. Gratefully, Sea-Doo allowed us to have the Apex for the day up here in Minnesota, and we've been playing around in a lot of the shallows and even in deeper water with all the things that the Apex offers. The Garmin Fish Finder and that big 9-inch screen has got to be the takeaway winner for this model. That big 9-inch screen allows you to see the seafloor, see some of the fish activity below you, and is giving you live data and GPS tracking so that you can set your waymarks, get out to your favorite spot, and then make your way home. It's a little bit of a labyrinth out here in the 10,000 lake state, and we're very grateful that we have the navigation to find our way home. Another thing that we really appreciate personally is the addition of the new steering neck. The steering neck allows for that adjustment. We're able to stand up and ride very comfortably. You do have 5 points of articulation, and with the added height that comes from the adjustable steering, we're able to stand up very comfortably and ride home and stretch our legs and straighten out our back. It does feel rather nice. So we do like the addition of the new steering neck. The damper, of course, is really appreciated on the ST3 platform, more so than even on the RXPX, because again, the behavior of this big watercraft in a variety of rougher water, when the wind kicks up, we really do like the dampened steering. Navigating the tech package screen is done very easily using the nice tactile feel diamond pads. They do have a nice response. You do get a nice audible click when you do engage them, and even though you're on the water, you do get to feel that response every time you do touch the pad.
In our assessment, there just really isn't anything more than we would add to this watercraft. Looking at the Apex with a 30,000 foot view, it's pretty clear to see Sea-Doo's strategy here. They're less interested in luring existing enthusiasts into the sport of jet ski fishing, but rather getting fishermen to start going jet skiing. Most people who come to the Watercraft Journal are already diehard enthusiasts looking for the latest, greatest new model. It's only by happenstance that total newcomers are finding this publication as a means of research. That being said, what is our take on the new Fish Pro Apex 300? Frankly put, we cannot think of another necessary thing that is lacking, besides maybe a trolling motor and a wild metal flake paint job. But maybe Sea-Doo is holding back for the ultimate bass fishing edition of the Fish Pro. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Instead, the Apex comes in a pretty muted green. The deep forest green and that really nice silver does really pop in the sun, as you can see. All in all, I'm very happy with the final result of the Apex. I think it's a really good package. It just appeals to a group of people who might not be the core jet ski audience. And again, don't let the $24,500 asking price shock you all that much. Trying to replicate such an equipped personal watercraft will set you back closer to $30,000. Instead, Sea-Doo has done all the hard work for you. All that's left now is picking the perfect spot to cast a line and choosing which bait to use. I'm Kevin Shaw, and you've been watching the Watercraft Journal. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and leave a comment. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Lastly, if you want more awesome jet ski content, please visit us over at www.watercraftjournal.com, where new articles are written and published Monday through Friday, entirely subscription free to you. We'll see you there.